you mute your lines, just press star 6 and that should do it. If not, you should be able to do it manually and I'll go in and do that too. Give me just, thank you. Oh, you're all so wonderful. So Phoenix Conference is gonna be so much fun. We have so much planned for you. Thursday morning, we will be doing a training like we did the last time. So that'll be really cool. There will be some things for breakfast there as well. And then Thursday, we will also have a party.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. Yeah. Yeah, no big deal. It's here.
Okay, so that's Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to have a lunch. And then we're going to meet for happy hour as well. And it's actually really kind of cool. We found a few places that are really unique. So one of them is a really cool kitchen, really great food, and the happy hour is at TGI Fridays. And I know, like, oh, TGI Fridays, but this is a special TGI Fridays. It's in the baseball park. So when you go and have your happy hour, you can see the Diamond baseball field, and it's really cool. Diamondbacks, there's a Diamondbacks, I think so. And then Saturday, we will have a wrap-up, still to be determined, but that is basically our loose schedule. We will be having another meal plan. I believe it's around $86, and I'll post the link again, the Eventbrite, for everyone to sign up for.
Yep, and they can do that. The sooner everybody does that, the better, just because, as you know, we put down about $1,500 in deposit. And I know everybody really wants to do housing, but if you guys want to arrange that, because as you guys know, we need to put deposits down for housing as well. We had some beautiful houses that we rent in, but I just can't do that right now until we have over, we have to fulfill our agreements that we've signed for the meals. So we need to make sure that we've got that all filled. That would be great.
Great. And then hold on, there's 1 second. Francisca, you had a question. Let me see if I can unmute you. Where are you? Here you are. What is your question? Francisca? Hello? Was that an accident? Okay. All right. Well, I will mute her again.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much it.
Yeah, so if you guys could go there, you could go to Eventbrite. I think we've put the link on there several times, but we do, within the next couple of weeks so that we can, we've already given the deposits, letting them know we were going to have a minimum of 100 people. So we do need to fulfill that either way. So if you guys could go ahead and do that, that would be awesome. Huge help. And also give us, so we're not waiting till the last minute to just kind of figure out who's coming. So if you guys could do that, that would be awesome, awesome, awesome. And I'd love if we just spend some time there. I know that we're, this morning it was great. We, on the NMD call, we spent about half the call talking about boot camp. I did want to share some cool news with you guys. We were, our team was 215 club this month, which is really cool.
Woo!
Yahoo! That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really, really cool. So it means we had about 60 people on our team that were like 400 points away from qualifying. Or 60. Obviously, that's worldwide.
Lauren, you're cutting out.
Okay, well, I'm driving. But if we really help people focus on self-qualifying, which is making sure we're putting on that we each have at least, customers, our own customers to qualify our business, you're not counting on others to, make sure that you're qualified. So it's a great thing to know that every month that you're qualifying your business with customers and obviously adding new distributors as well. So you really want to make sure you self-qualify. One, because it's more money for you, and you have the certainty. You don't have to worry about, once again, whether or not, if someone's going to be promoted up if they're not going to qualify that month. So qualification, as we know, is really the first step. Adam talked a lot about it this weekend, as well did everybody else. So self-qualifying is our number one thing that we want to do for everybody on this call. But I'd love to just hear a couple of takeaways from this weekend and what your what your plan of action is from the weekend. So who'd like to start? So we could share with a lot of people that are on the call. Anyone? Lots of you were there at boot camp.
I will start. This
Okay.
is Andres. First and foremost, I think that the more I think about it, the more nuggets of gold I get out of it. The first thing I want to say right now is I am in awe of your generosity, Loren. You really put together an incredible group of people, and you put resources that I don't think I would ever imagine existed together, that were transformative. That were not only did we get a bundle of information, but the connections I made with people, the fun I had at conference, the energy that I experienced there really inspired me to just, if I was dedicated before, even more. So for that, I really thank you. I got that, putting these events together is a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, and consequently a lot of generosity on your behalf. And I really honor that, and I really respect that. And I think that suddenly I'm looking at you again with new eyes, and I'm certainly not going to take you for granted ever again.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Well, the reason I do these boot camps is for you guys. I don't do it it's nice that other people come up, but the real outcome is to support your growth and your business and you to take those nuggets. We really focused this event on what I think has been stopping most of the people, which is their fears. So getting your fears out of the way. So I know you had a lot of people that were there at boot camp. And so that's really the outcome. It's not just you coming to the boot camp, but bringing a team with you. So what's your next step?
My next step is I was talking to Ryan and that group from Lahav to duplicate that, get the nuggets that Ryan has actually put together, and use it for myself as well as for new people. I'm pushing for senior sales coordinator. That's a very, very, very big stretch for me, but I think that I'm pushing that. And I want Ryan to fast track to sales coordinator along with a group of from Havasu, get some VFs from there. But I'm really dedicated. I'm laughing a little bit, but you know what? I'm aiming for national marketing director, whereas before I was saying it was kind of like a pie in the sky kind of thing. There are a lot of people that are moving really fast, especially from Australia, that are moving really fast through the compensation plan. And it's just a question of lining your ducks up and actually be committed to that. We have plenty of people and plenty of resources in this team to really make that movement, and to think that we're the power behind the transformation of Australia and different other parts in the world. I think that we have to honor that and step up in that regards, and start really aiming not only at achieving levels, but rather at breaking records. And that I guess is one of the many things that I'm taking away from Bootcamp. That whatever you decide, whatever your obstacle is, it's just a piece of wood, a board that you can break through if you align yourself with your power.
Awesome. Fabulous. And remember, it's just condensing time. They're doing 30 events a week, and we're going to really work on taking all of the calls and Zoom calls that are taking place and integrating it in one place, because the UK as well now really wants to do that too. They really, I was on a call today with the UK team, and they're like, let's all just bring it all together. We don't need to be doing all these separate calls. So great. Who else got something or want to share something about what you caught from the weekend here in Vegas?
This is Manon.
Things that everybody. Yep.
Hi, this is Manon. I'd love to share. So right now it was an amazing boot camp. Thank you so much, Loren. Your leadership and your servant heart is just unbelievable. And it's really just incredible. Thank you so much. From my perspective, for me, my goal is I'm signing on 5 new distributors this month, and I'm going to sign on 10 to 12 new customers. I already have 3 new distributors lined up right now, and this week I'll be signing them up. And I'm committed to a minimum event per week, and I already have an event, a venue set up so I can do 2 a week, and that hit home with me with Adam, and I'm committing to it, and it's interesting now that I've done that. I'm like actually inviting more people because I've got to get people there. Shit, okay, I got to do something, and it's just.
So you're going to be doing 1 or 2 physical events, but are you going to be doing Zoom calls? As you talked about,
I'm talking about those are so one physical event, and I'm still filling out whether the second one's going to be physical or a Zoom call, because because we have our other Zoom calls that I plug into already. Like I can get people to Luke's Zoom, and this one too, and also some of the Zoom calls from our Australian teammates. And so I'm trying to figure out who around here in my area would really resonate with Zoom. So I'm trying to feel that out right now. So, but I'm committed to one.
Okay, great. That's great. 5 new distributors. That's a great goal, and 10 to 15 new customers for this
every month.
That's a great outcome. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And then how great she's going to self-qualify. Well, she already self-qualifies very well, but that's a great thing, and that's leading by example. Of really putting on customers and putting on new distributors. You want to do that. You want to keep, and obviously going wide and keep going wide with your team.
So
right.
What I'm doing though is like in December, I set everybody, I got 13 new customers to start on Transform 30 January 1. And so out of that customer base, there was 5 people who were very interested in starting the Transform 30. Becoming distributors, and they said they wanted experience before they could commit. And I was like, that's great. And I picked that up from Katie Ravy, where she kind of almost holds somebody at arm's length a little bit and said, you know what, I want you to have an experience before you sign on. And I was a really interesting approach that she has. Anyway, and also, can I just say that I have one of my new distributors on our call right now? Her name is Kristen Cronin.
I know your friend that you've known since kindergarten, right?
Yeah, well, maybe a little, I think it's Kristen, it's from grammar school. We were trying to figure out exactly the time, but I was a couple grades ahead of her. So, but it's great to have her on board, and it's really, she's a total go-getter, an amazing heart, and she's so excited to help spread the word about inspiring healthy living. She's just an incredible human being. I look forward to all of you getting to know her. She's on the call. So
very cool.
Hi, Kristen.
Very cool. Well, welcome. Awesome. Welcome. Awesome. Who else got some things? I'm still waiting to hear some other things that you guys got from from Bootcamp. Anybody else?
Hello, it's Suzanne here.
Yes. Hi, Suzanne. Hello. Yes. Hi.
I got some major stuff, but I wanted to share I go through some fears, and my biggest fears were around events and having events, because what I realized is my perfectionist tendency, like kind of made me have arm's length to really having a true event and like talking about the business plan. And so I'm committed to we already planned 2 events in this next week, and one of them is at Netta's office to talk about her team, and that's going to be kind of my goal to do the business plan talk to them, and that'll be kind of my first one. But I'm not afraid anymore, because like Sharon said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can kind of talk, and if it's not exactly right, then I'll make it better the next time and the next time and the next time. So I've really, I've gotten over that now, because like I know the outcome's going to be better every time. So I'm super excited about that breakthrough. And, in terms of my goals for the month, my goal was, basically to add at least 1 to 2 distributors per week, and about 10 to 15 customers for the month. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think what you said, Suzanne, is really important. I think the thing that stops people the most is the whole perfectionist thing. I'm very much fire, aim, ready, and it doesn't always look so pretty, but at least I get out there and do it, right? So at least it gets started. So I'd say that, be careful of the whole ready. And like you said, it's not always pretty, but at least you're out there doing it. And like, I love what Sharon said of talking to people about, getting those new people out and getting them out in front of people as quickly as possible, and just going, yay, we got it. You do it. You're out there in front of everybody. So it's not going to be perfect every time.
Right.
There's no such thing as perfect. So, it's just
she kind of made it, instead of scary or fearful, she kind of made it fun, the way she was like, yeah, Adam was sitting there in the, front row going, yeah, you're doing a great job. And the whole time she's like, not saying the right thing or whatever. But, hey, I mean, that's the thing, at least we're getting out there, and that's, that's what we need to be doing is breaking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And practice in the field. It's, it's in the trenches training. It's out there on the job training, basically, is what it is. I mean, and so that's what we want to get people to do. We want to get them to be taking action. Awesome.
Right.
Great. Who else wants to share? Come on, guys. There's so many great things that were shared this weekend with people.
I have something, Loren.
Yeah?
When we went into our groups, sorry, I'm cooking dinner, so I'm going to get out of the kitchen because it's loud. When we went into our groups with that mindset, and we had to find a question that people struggled with, and you had jumped in and said, wait a minute, you guys have to believe, because a couple of them were saying they were afraid to follow up, being too pushy. And at the end of the day, I completely believe in the product and I believe in it. So I'm not afraid of it anymore. And so that night when I went to Hunter's swim meet, I had 4 women stop me in the bathroom that do not swim, the swim moms. They don't swim on Hunter's group. So I really never interact with them. But at the banquet, everyone was together. And I got a new distributor today, which I'll be introducing her. And 3 of them messaged me, and I got 3 new customers. And I feel like it's because I just shifted that energy into not being fearful. Like Suzanne was saying, it was just more like, you know what? Believe it, and then it will happen.
Well, that's so good. I mean, and obviously it's set up in your physiology. That people were like, wow. And I think it's that whole belief of that they need you more than you need them. And if you can get that in your head, that people really do need us more than we need them, is a great thing as well. So awesome, love it. How about someone else about what you learned about social media and what they're doing, the consistency of social media, or anybody have anything to share about that, or what you learned about, the new product? Anybody want to share about that? I was hoping we could get some of that in there as well. Anyone? Nobody? Hey. All right. Well,
I can speak on just the power of it, Loren, and how it's worked for me.
Awesome. Great, Ryan.
Listening to Luke Wren's new distributor calls is extremely important. I mean, it's sitting there, and you can get a recording of it. Actually, the one this morning, it's supposed to be up on the Team Yellow page, but it was phenomenal. And he just, it's a great way, even if you've been in the business a long time, I would think that he really simplifies everything. And it's nice just to have a Monday call and just kind of refresh on the basics of it. But he goes over how to approach your social media outlet, and it works. I mean, I put it into practice for 2 weeks and signed 5 distributors up in 2 weeks, and they're pretty much, all of them are at DD, I think, except one, and they're pretty much on their way to VF. And they kind of use the same strategy.
Do you want to review that with everybody so that maybe we can help everybody? But it is, I mean, the biggest thing was, and that's with you guys just really stepping up, so I'd love for everybody to step up into the call that they would like to own. I mean, basically, I said to Luke, I needed him to step up in a leadership role and gave him that new call. So if there's something that you want to master, basically he's been doing it so many times now that he just owns it. So what would be the top things maybe that you could share with everybody from what Luke has shared?
Well, I kind of took his concepts of doing he wants you to do 9 posts a day. I usually do anywhere from 6 to 9, but I just keep it simple. I just take a picture of whatever I'm doing anyway. And those kind of happen sporadically. But yeah, that's just kind of how I roll it. I'll just show what I'm doing, even if it's just a healthy meal. I mean, I eat healthy anyway, or if I'm going to play hockey, or my tower garden and its progression. Kind of try to come
so
at
you're
it.
just sharing you're sharing your life, you're adding value, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's our job, is to really just add value. Very nice. Very nice. What else would you share that you've learned from that?
From Bootcamp?
No, maybe just from like the Luke's calls that you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, that right there is just a great tool to recommend to people. So, I mean, just get familiar with it. And that is what I usually send in my introductory email to my new virtual franchise owners.
Exactly.
That's the thing to lead in with. And I'll usually just put.
Are you guys all signed up for MailChimp? Because that is sent out with Olivia's on MailChimp. Is everybody signed up for the MailChimp? Hello? I guess that's a no. Olivia, would you like to go over again maybe the MailChimp so everybody, we make sure, because we're finding that most people are not opening the MailChimp that she makes look so pretty. And it has all the call information. Maybe you can go through that, Olivia?
So MailChimp is used once a week, and then it's used usually once a month. So once a week is the calls for the week, and then once a month are the newsletter. And then the newsletters have a whole bunch of information, a lot. I mean, every time there's something new. It includes promotions. We try to feature people's tower gardens, recipes, a whole bunch of things that you can send to your, team members or clients. Sorry, clients. I call them clients anyway. And yeah, we are finding a lot of people don't use that. For example, I think 4 people commented a post today and said that they did not have, they were not getting the emails. So I'm going to give you 3 things to check. So if you're still not getting the emails, then please message me. Give me just 1 second. So the first thing is, are you actually signed up for them? We did start a new list. I posted that, and today I'll post it again right now. It is under our pinned post. If you just click that link, you can sign up. And if you do sign up, second thing, you're signed up. Yay! Step 1. It's perfect. You're signed up. The emails are not coming from Team YOLO. So I hope you're not looking for that as the sender. They're actually coming from Loren Slocum, because technically it's her account. So they'll come under Loren's name, but usually the title is, this week's clue reminders or elevating your business with a date. And you'll see that. And then the third thing is check and make sure they're not in spam. Because if they're in spam, you're obviously not going to see them. And that needs to be fixed. I can't fix that no matter what. And after all those 3 things are complete and you still can't find it, all the call information usually posted on the YOLO page every morning at 8:00 a.m. sharp. So there's a lot of places to get it. And if you're still not getting the emails, please just personal message me and I'll be happy to look into it. It may be very simple that you think you're signed up, but you're not. But we have a couple hundred people now on our list. So it's a little deceiving. But once again, the 3 things you need to check. Are you signed up? The emails are coming from Loren's name, not Team YOLO. And is it in your spam folder? And then contact me.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions about that? Anyone? Because we're finding that people are not opening them, and she spends a lot of time, probably 3 hours, 4 hours a week, to make these look good and have the updated information. That all you have to do is send that link to people as well. So, awesome. Anybody else about boot camp and what they got out of boot camp?
Can I share? Can you hear me?
Sure, we can hear you. Thank you, Cecile. Yeah.
Okay. So I talked to Josh about it. It's when Jenna and her husband talked about how they share the same template for the whole team. You know, with all the promotions, it all looks uniform. And Josh was like on it right away, and he's updating the Dropbox right now, because I find that it takes so much time to do these postings and be creative, and it takes so much time, and I want like more income producing with the time that I have. Like, it's so busy, you know? And honestly, when I was watching Jenna and her husband with all these activities, I got a little overwhelmed. I'm like, I gotta go. I got overwhelmed, like, how I'm gonna do all these things, because I want to go fast, but my time, my son, and I just got a little overwhelmed. So I went to the bathroom and I saw her mom. I said, does Jenna do all these things? Because it's like a full-time job, and I have a full-time job, and I'm just like, no. She assigns it to all the leaders. Like, this week you do the mommy thing. This week you do the swimming thing. And I'm like, okay, that I can do. That makes sense, you know? So everybody in together, because it just was like so much. I'm like, my God, that's awesome, but that's a lot to do. And I've been looking at like Sharon's and the Australian team's website. They're posting, Kira. They all look so uniformed. It all looks the same, and it looks beautiful. And I'm hoping if we could do the same, where it all looks the same. Not everybody, because it takes so much time to come up with being creative every freaking day, 9 times a day, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I haven't made any calls. I've been posting.
That's a really great thing. So we can definitely do that. So those are on the call. So we'll put together some options, but we need people to respond because we are all over. We need, if we could come up with on the list of what each week of who's going to take which week and for the postings to do, that would be great.
Or we can, because you put like Goya Girls, if we're going to use Goya Girls, and everybody put that in all their posts. Because like with Kira, they have these logo. All of them, like Loren has this logo, but Kira has this logo on their posts. And I'm like, that's really cool. And Olivia does the same thing. And her downline looks exact same thing as what she's doing. So I think it would save us a lot of time and focus more on income producing activities. And
Absolutely. Love it.
Can I share something, Loren?
Yes.
This is Kristen. I just want to applaud Nancy, because Nancy's been doing that for Gency. You know, like we get a schedule of posts for our day, and all our other posts are kind of left up to us. But we get a couple of posts a day that she says, you know, post this on your page and all that. So we have some uniform, some type of uniform, you know, and the types of things that we're posting, and when we're doing the T30 and pushing for that and all that stuff. So there's some of that happening. It's not, I don't think it's on the scale.
And Olivia was I posted stuff a couple, like last year, and said use this post. I put on the Facebook page for you guys to post as well, because that's the goal. I mean, Olivia was doing it as well. I think she's been doing one every like other day.
And anything I post, guys, just FYI, as I posted on the team page, anything I post, I don't care if it's a paragraph about how much I love the color of grass. If you can make it work for you, use it. Honestly, if you, no problem. Like, this is my disclaimer. It's being recorded. It'll be posted. I am not offended. If anything, I am flattered. Okay, that's my spiel.
So great. So we'll work on those posts again, but we need to, once again, if we're going to put in the effort, and everybody's going to do one a week, so I need a list of who's willing to do the post, you know, who's going to take which week, so that we can do that as well. All right? Anybody else from boot camp? Anything that you got out of boot camp that we can share as we wrap up the time?
Loren, just real quick on that, I think what Cecile was getting at, there's a program that your son that Joss was talking about, where you can set up all your posts on a Sunday.
Buffer.
Yeah.
Buffer. That's how I do my posts.
I would assume, is there some sort of thing that makes them all uniform to like your team? Like you can pick out like a layout or something?
That's exactly what I mean. The same format.
Right.
Well, it's a lot of, there are different programs that there are. There's PIP, there's Canvas, there's all those different ones. So it's designing those and doing it. I mean, it takes a little bit of work. So if we all want to pitch in to, have somebody to do all those, we can. But it's not like I can have Danielle do those. Danielle's doing mine. I mean, I pay her to do my personal ones. I mean, I can have her design a bunch or work with Josh to do a bunch of different ones. But it does take a little bit of time. It's not like but if we all wanted to make that happen, we can. But we got to make sure that people are really using this, as we said, you know what I mean? Because and that, once again, back to making sure that people are doing that. I saw what was really good. There were at least 10 people on the call tonight who ended up doing the whole magic beans things that Sharon talked about. I'm taking my magic beans. So that was awesome. So we just need to just make sure everybody's willing to make sure that they post them. Buffer's good. Hootsuite's been around forever as well. There's lots of different ones that can schedule them, but it's also doing those as well as, your personal ones, like making sure you're making it, real with you too. Because people don't want to just see those things. They want to see, your life. So, it's a combination of both.
So Loren and team, do you think that you guys would like it? Actually, it was Paul's idea. If we came up with one dental post a week that everybody can copy?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah?
Dental's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got dental. So we'll do a dental and you'll get us the information and we'll put it in a pretty format. Anything else you guys want every week? I mean, we could do a recipe once a week, as always. I have a gazillion of those already done. You guys want to give me some ideas so that we can do this?
Nancy's saying pooping posts.
No.
A what?
A pooping post?
What? I don't know. That's pretty much like Josh's thing.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a trademark.
Hi, Loren. It's Don.
Yes. Hi, Donald.
Hi. I like this. A formula that I use, and I use Buffer too, and I usually post 4 times a day, and I try not to saturate it so much with Juice Plus or, I don't want to turn anybody off. So I usually like branding myself. I think that's so important. So
yeah, that's what we do. Yep.
I'm into like the law of attraction. Like that's my thing, law of attraction, meditation. And then usually at night I'll post like a before and after picture. I'll go to the Juice Plus testimonials and like I'll look and usually I'll share when somebody usually says you can share, like you're allowed to share, or I'll inbox them. Is it okay if I share this? But then like on Wednesday morning, like I would do like a healthy recipe.
Yeah.
On Monday morning, I would do like a health tip of the day.
Yeah.
Just kind of like.
Well, and I think that's the big thing. Like I used to I've done like Motivational Monday and then a Tuesday tune-up and that's when you have to really make it your own. That's why it's important to make it your own. I try never to mention Juice Plus ever, even using the words Juice Plus. So that's what we're trying to, with regards to it. So it's why it's like important to make it your own. With regards to the looks, though, you guys, a lot of them are. I mean, if you look at Cures and those guys, that's their juicy network thing, but everybody's just using it. So you're welcome to use all the things that we do. They've used it though also when they welcome a new team member on. So it's just getting everybody on the same page with regards to it. So we'll work on this. We'll talk about what we do, but also make sure that you make it your own. Because people want to see you. People don't want to see just the same post by and then start noticing that everybody's just using that same post. So you've got to come up with your own identity. That's why, and what feels really good for you. So that's why hopefully the, Goya girls, if that works for you, boss babes, whatever that it is, moms on a mission, whatever that you feel like really resonates with you, so that you can create your identity as well. So I'm glad everybody had a great time at boot camp. I'm glad you walked away with some distinctions. Hopefully you'll really put it to work. And, we're going to offer some incentives for things, but you guys got to hold that big vision of what is it that you really want. I think we really focused a lot on breaking through your fears. I think a lot of you made some big ahas while you were there, that maybe it's not as difficult as it needs to be. The systems are in place. It's easy. It's just what are you going to do to condense the activity, to really just go to work? Are you going to go hard? Are you going to go fast? Are you going to talk to more people? What do you need to do? The more Zoom calls you do, the more events you do, the more people you get in front of, the more opportunities you're going to have to go fast and share it. And you got to look at this like you've got that time is of the essence, and that you need to get to people as quickly as possible. That's how I look at it. It's a must that I share it with people. Not, I'll call them next week, but it's a necessity, because you never know how it can help somebody. So, anybody have any questions before we get off the call? Anyone?
I have a statement, Loren. I just want to say, after this weekend, I had a realization that they're growing so fast over there. There's no reason that we can't do that here. We already have a team. We already have people that are committed, to.
Okay, absolutely. And you guys, it's not anything about an area. They just are taking massive action.
Right.
There's no one's doing any activity different. In the UK, we were talking about the UK a couple of years ago. Well, guess what? Now the UK has slowed down in some areas. It's just someone gets really hungry. The minute you don't get hungry, the reason that it's growing so fast over there is because they're hungry. Yeah. Really, really hungry. There's no different activity. The activity is just the same. They're just using the resources. And we talk about all the time with Robin, the person, who wins, the person that, leaders maximize resources. They're maximizing the resources of doing events. They're maximizing, any opportunity they can have to do an event, whether it be at the park, whether it be at someone's house, whether it be at a restaurant, they're maximizing those resources. They're maximizing the resource of Zoom calls. There's no difference. It's how hungry are you really, that you really want to just own it and own your life and have everything that you want. You don't have to wait 5 years. A great example is, Dave Sanderson. Dave's doing what I did. He heard Malaysia's opening up, so he gets on a plane to go to Malaysia. Anybody could get on a plane right now to go to Malaysia and go meet with Dexter. Anybody could get on a plane right now to go to Europe if they want to grow a business. Anyone can do it. It's just the question is, how hungry are you? I've been up since 4:30 this morning, doing calls with 2 people in Italy that someone wants to get started. 2 people I've been up with the UK for, all day. So how hungry are you? Really ask yourself, when do I want it? I'm going to be, I want to, be making, look at Adam, because I want to be making $20,000 a month by the time I've been in the business 18 months. So he went through that game plan, and he backtracked what he needed to do. He needed to get to 100 Club by 18 months. What does that mean? He needed to make sure he has a couple of national marketing directors. He needed to make sure that he, went really wide with his business. He had to do a shitload of calls, and he had to do, a ton of activity. So it's how quickly do you really want to do it? That's all that it is. There is no magic formula. There is no magic formula. It's just getting hungry and going to work. That's really all that it is. So don't even, be careful to compare yourselves to other parts of the world. Look at what is it that I really want to create, and what's the work I'm really willing to commit. That's what's most important, is what are you really willing to do? Everybody that's on this call has the skill, has the heart, It's just how much time are you really willing to commit, and are you willing to give up certain things so for the moment for you to have the freedom to be able to do, to do anything that you want. It's how quickly do you really want that in your life? Does that make sense for everyone? Okay, hopefully. Okay, nobody's there?
Yes.
All right. So that's you guys getting really honest about how bad you really want it, and what are you willing to give up for the moment? What are you really willing to give up for the moment so that you can have everything that you desire? Not going out, maybe saying no to some things so that you can say yes to something better, which is it. There's a lot of things that, that I wanted to do, but I was like, look, I got to put in the effort. But now I can spend the time doing the things that I really wanted to do because I stopped and just got focused. So that's what's most important. What are you really willing to do? And I'm Facebook, whatever, stalking all of you guys. So make sure you're doing those posts and doing everything. But really have an outcome for yourself. When are you going to be 24 Club? What does that mean? How many people do you need to put on front line? How many, you got to go out there and get those customers. You got to make sure that you're self-qualifying, leading by example. So, all right, I think it's long enough. I hope this was helpful for all of you guys. And looking forward to seeing the results you got this week. Oh, those of you that are sales coordinators, I think, Olivia, if you can post the sales coordinator call information on the Facebook page for those people that are sales coordinators to be on the call tomorrow with Jeff and Cheryl, that'd be great as well.
Sure.
All right, guys. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Lauren.